It's the Good Slate Late Show in the morning at noon for tea time. After dark. Back in the morning!
Hi, and welcome back to the Good Slate Late Show in the morning at noon for tea time, after dark, and apparently we're back in the morning now. Today we have the incredible Kathrine Barnes.
Hey now.
Kathrine Barnes, welcome in.
Graham Jones, thank you for having me. What's up, buddy?
Kat or Kathrine? We're going.
I'll usually introduce myself as Kathrine,
Okay, well, you know what?
but I said this to Cerise earlier. Cool people can call me Kat.
So what am I?
I'll decide.
Yeah, totally. I'm cool.
That caller says yes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so for starters, your character on the show is Cheryl Dawson. Spoiler alert. She is also Lilith.
I know.
So, in your experiences with the Bondsman, obviously different from other roles you have played,
Yeah.
you get to play like a good and a bad. I guess my point there being average Joe, I would say your character's mostly bad. Arena's
Now I have to defend a serial murderer.
right.
I find it's funny. As soon as you said that, I was like, no, I'm playing good and bad in the same person all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's
She
got a lot of blood on her hands.
Right. Average Joe,
It's
her
not
character is a killer. She is a stone cold killer.
Yeah,
But she has a kid, so
that's true.
there is that.
It's news to her, but yeah.
Yeah. So what was different about this role in the Bondsman versus Arena? Because Lilith has no redemption.
I immediately just went to physically. I just thought of how still and tense Arena was, and how I was just constantly kind of carrying that in my body. And Cheryl she's flowy, she's kind of loosey goosey, she's and Lilith, I think there's still an element of stillness, but she is much wilder.
Okay.
So it definitely felt less like constant state of internal isometrics.
Yeah. Which, that makes sense. So for me, I guess in that acting realm, is it more difficult to portray a character like Lilith?
No, I mean, not. She just kind of flew out of me.
Yeah, it's just you. You're just that person.
Yeah.
Just demonic.
Even when I got the audition, I did like 2 takes, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, there she is."
Yeah,
All right,
there you go. I'm good at this. No, but I would say the same. But for me, I think that it comes from like knowing how to portray those characters, and I would say you've done a great job. Obviously, you're super talented. We go way back. She doesn't even know that we worked on Yule Log. I worked on Yule
You
Log.
worked on Yule Log?
Yes, she has no idea about that.
That's awesome. Wait, what do you mean? What did you do?
I did several things actually, but yeah, one of the things would have been
funny.
Yeah, I think we've never actually worked on the same day as each other, but we've worked in several productions together.
How funny.
Because I was also on Average Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Yeah, my 4
we go way
hours
back
on
to
Yule Log.
like 15 minutes ago when I actually first met her.
I know. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, oh my God, Graham Jones is
done. Oh yeah, right. So as far as the show goes, what was your favorite moment from the show? Like, what did you enjoy the most? Give us a good like behind the screens moment of maybe something you didn't think you were going to get to do, whether it was a stunt or.
This didn't make it. I can't believe this is the answer I'm about to give. This didn't make it into the show, but on the day we filmed Lilith as Cheryl going into the diner and doing a mass murder with her mind, she was so. We just kept talking about it as like music. Like she's been starving for centuries, and
Right.
she's finally getting music as nourishment, and like what that kind of craving would feel like. And so this is what I mean when I say it just kind of comes out of me, because
Yeah,
nobody asked me to do this.
Right.
But when I got over to the jukebox and it was like playing the music and there was Atmos music, I just like, the only way I can describe what I did was making out with that jukebox.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it. I just felt like I wanted to consume the thing. And then we cut, and our director, I just assumed she was going to come over and chastise me, and she came over and she's like, love that, do more. And it's like, okay, so there is some footage somewhere on a cutting room floor that I assume was like NSFW of me like fully tonguing that jukebox.
Yeah. You're on top of the jukebox.
And I had a lot of fun with that because I was so delighted that the executives were like, yeah, let's see some more of that weird shit.
Let's do this. Yeah, no, I thought it was phenomenal. Great scene. I think you made one of our buddies rip his jaw off, Josh Davidson.
Oh, made a lot of Ninia right near me.
Oh, yeah. Did he do it as well?
Oh, yeah. He was the first one.
I was actually not aware of that. Wow.
A delight for me personally.
From your time working with him on Average Joe.
Yeah, my buddy.
Yeah, just hate. Buddy, or you hate him?
No, I love him. Same relationship.
We'll cut that
I have
part
with,
out. Don't worry.
My son, Tom Watson.
Oh, Tom.
My other favorite part of the show was being able to kick his ass.
Well, we've heard a lot about Tom in the last few weeks.
We sick of it?
Well, no, totally. Great guy. We love him.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us your experience with Tom Watson.
Tom Watson, real piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard it a couple times.
He called him my son on set because I didn't know until our last week that he was 27 years old.
Ooh.
A youth. A baby.
Yeah.
Child.
Very much so.
Love you, Tom.
But also, did they call him your son because you're a demon and he is an actual fucking demon?
Yeah, I spawned that.
As far as like your character goes, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of just a happy-go-lucky, wrong place, wrong time girl. Like.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think she wants to see the world, leave Landry, like have a bigger experience than the one she's been having. But I also think she really loves it there.
Right.
And has just kind of been minding her own damn business.
And just very unfortunate that she gets possessed by like the demon of all demons.
Really tough stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That is.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's unfortunate because, spoiler alert, if she had just gotten killed and then not possessed by Lilith, she's staying dead.
Yeah, that is very true.
So maybe she's the luckiest girl in the world.
Yeah, I think Kevin Bacon's character would consider her the luckiest girl in the world.
Yeah, probably.
To be brought back to life.
And him.
Yeah.
He's the luckiest girl in the world.
Yes, Kevin Bacon, luckiest girl in the world.
I've said that to him.
You heard it first. So I know in the show you got to do a little bit of wire work. Tell us about your experience doing wire. Was that your first experience doing wire work?
Yeah, it was awesome. Every moment is a great stunt moment because it's just the flock of kids in detention off on the second unit.
Yeah.
Basically at camp. So even me just like watching rigging happen is a great stunt moment for me.
Yeah. What's your experience in the stunt realm? Do you have a background in stunts?
I don't. Well, only insofar as I've been apprenticing my way into it.
Right.
Because I keep getting roles like this. But no, I was a dancer.
Okay.
And I did a lot of like stage fight choreography, and
that's where a lot of stunt performers come from. So
right. And so then I just kind of had a knack for like being an actor who can move.
Yeah.
And then when Average Joe happened, Ninia and Hutch kind of just were like, well, you're on a weekly. Show up here on days you don't have to work, and we'll teach you what you got to know.
Nice.
It was awesome. Training
on the job. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That's the best kind of training. Yeah. Get paid for it.
Some of the most dopamine I've ever gotten at one time in my life.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
What exactly did you get to do? Like, what was the stunt?
The stunt was being gently lowered about 6 feet.
Intense.
Very
intense.
Dangerous stuff.
Very fast. You were lowered fast. Very fast speed.
Slower than the speed of gravity.
Okay,
so the speed of something falling with gravity.
Kind of like you were falling in space. I guess Lilith was superhuman, so you kind of just...
Yeah, she probably could modulate.
She just floated down. Yeah.
She did. It was a gentle landing, or it was meant to be. It wasn't always.
Please don't kill me again, Hub.
So, is there any other like funny moments on the show that we wouldn't get from watching the show? Something that you know that none of us do.
Yeah, what Kevin Bacon's sweat tastes like.
What would you want Kevin to know about his sweat?
It's the sweat of a man who should have an Oscar.
And that is what we love about Kevin Bacon.
So, let me explain. My first day work. Oh my God. I hope he never watches this. Because we haven't personally talked about it, but he has to know. So the first day I worked with him, it was the scene where he is dragging Cheryl's wrapped up corpse
out
into
of
the grave he's dug. We rehearsed it.
Yeah.
You know, Linda and Hutch were there, like setting everything up, keeping everybody safe. But we rehearsed it with Kev dragging me. I wasn't wrapped up yet.
Okay.
And I wasn't acting like my arms were wrapped up because we hadn't decided yet if it was going to be arms or if it was going to be like body with arms so that I could be helpful and safe in doing the stunt. So I wasn't wrapped up yet. He's pulling me into the grave and he's still got a shirt on. And I did not know that he wasn't eventually going to have a shirt on. So we're rehearsing it. He's got his shirt on. I'm able to be like a little bit helpful because he eventually pulls me in and kind of flops me over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And so even though I'm lifeless, you know, you're trying to be useful.
Yeah.
And so the rehearsal goes great. And then I don't know what happens. I turn my back. I get wrapped in the saran wrap. Linda comes over and is like making sure I'm safe in the way that I'm wrapped up. And then I'm kind of hopped back over to my mark. And
while you're in your...
Bacon's like in the grave, shirt off. And I'm like, okay, great. And so we go for the first take and he's dragging me in and I realize I can't use my arms to be helpful. Meanwhile, my eyes are open because I had decided to make an artistic choice that she died with her eyes open and had to stay that way.
Natural.
So stupid. At one point the camera was close on me in the grave and Bacon was kind of like leaning over me so we would see the back of his head and my eyes. And we do the take of just the camera kind of zooming in on me and he's like, you're gonna have to do that one again.
Your eyes are moving. Yeah. I was gonna say, how many times did that happen?
Good boy. He only called me on it once, but I'm sure so many.
No, you look
dead. So he pulls me in to the grave and I can't be helpful and I think the help, he was kind of expecting it and the saran wrap was slippery and he had been digging the actual grave because Kevin Bacon puts the work in.
Yeah, I've heard. And
so he kind of drops me and I just, here's his torso. He kind of drops me and my face just goes like,
oh.
And I'm just sitting there like,
all the way down.
Don't move a muscle. Don't move a fucking muscle. So yeah, it was intimate.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this scene now to see her licking Kevin Bacon's chest.
Not in there. It's not in there. Absolutely not in there. They
just took it out.
That down.
No,
they made that shit snappy.
That is unfortunate. I do remember him throwing you in the pit, but I did not know that. So tell us about what you have coming up. Any interesting projects? What's going on in the world of Cat?
I am mostly just focused on my sister's having a baby in a couple months.
Hey, that's amazing. Congrats to her.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah. Auntie.
I'm about to make that my whole personality.
Yeah? You're just going to dive right into it?
Yeah.
You got cats already?
No.
Yeah.
I have a dog.
Okay, well, you're probably going to end up with dogs and cats. You're going to be the...
I don't know if I'm going to bring a cat into this equation.
You got to be the crazy cat lady.
I already have that energy.
Yeah?
I don't think I need to
You don't
care
think
for
the
another
cats-
living being or put another living being at risk. Elton isn't.
Hey.
She's perfect, but she's enough.
That'll do.
Yeah.
So as far as you on social media, are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I got an Instagram. It's crazy over there.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's happening?
My name is Kathrine Barnes.
Catherine, no way. You won't
It's-
believe this.
it's a lot
Her
of
name on
Elton.
Instagram is Kathrine Barnes.
It's a lot of Elton content. There's no E in the middle of my name.
Okay.
It's just Kathrine. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't think I knew that, actually. I mean, maybe
Nobody does.
dyslexia. It's like I see it and it had an E in it.
No, I mean, that makes perfect sense. That's a very traditional spelling, but I've been correcting people since I was like 4 years old. So.
Yeah, that's bad, though, because I feel like I've definitely seen your name several times, and I would have spelled it wrong. So I see you have some tattoos. Did they let you keep the tattoos for Cheryl?
No, they didn't let her keep them. They
No?
never let me keep them. Even though
Arena, no
designed-
tats?
No, even though I designed all of them.
Yeah.
So there's no copyright issue. But
Hmm.
yeah, they cover that right on up. Mostly they didn't need to because I spent a lot of my time in the coat Cheryl died in.
Right. So you can't see it anyway.
So it was, that did all the covering work. But yeah, when it was Cheryl and she was in her tank top, I said,
they won't let
absolutely
you.
not. She's well too clean cut
I
for
wonder
this.
why. Interesting.
I'm not sure.
I mean, she's a bartender. Like,
I wonder if it has anything to do with actual potential copyright issues. I mean, they could take my word for it, but
yeah, I guess they have to have that in writing. I don't know.
we should call the makeup team. Also, if it's the makeup team's vision, great.
Yeah, they just
Lovely.
wanted her to be tatless.
Yeah, could be distracting. I don't know. Great question.
Yes. So where can we find you on social media? You are on social media, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh my God, Graham, I'm so bad at it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hate social media, so you're not going to offend me at all.
I feel very lucky that I don't have the impulse to
Scroll? Yeah. You're not a scroller?
But I know.
Not even while you're on the toilet.
It's none of your goddamn business. But I do go through these phases where I get into like a manic overshare mood.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw out like 45 stories in a row and they're all of my dog. I just really feel like the public needs to know what my dog is up to.
I agree.
And that everybody's
I actually
craving
didn't
it.
even know who you were. I just see your dog.
Yeah, it's just Elton.
Yeah.
She's the star.
She is a real star.
She calls Kevin Bacon Uncle Kevin.
Oh, yeah?
He and I are
just
professional colleagues, but those two, whew.
They're like tight.
Oh, yeah.
Kathrine Barnes with no E, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Once again, this has been the Good Slate Late Show in the morning, at noon for tea time, after dark.
I guess we're back in the morning.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our new show, Behind the Stunts.